We are coming up on another week, and a pretty hefty week of new releases. I have to say there's quite a few new games coming out, a couple collections, and a bunch of other stuff, so let's just talk about all the new games dropping this week, and let's start things off with Riders Republic. Of course, you guys probably know the free trial period is running right now. If you download it, you can play the game for 4 hours on just about any platform, and your progress on the game will carry over to the final product if you do decide to pick it up. If you don't know what the game is, brand new, massively multiplayer title coming from Ubisoft, encompassing a bunch of different sports and activities. You've got mountain biking, you've got skiing, snowboarding, wingsuit flying, and rocket wingsuiting. Now, the game is going to support up to over 50 players. A specific number wasn't given, but over 50 players. And unfortunately, if you are playing on Xbox One and PlayStation 4, it is going to be a scaled-down version of the experience. That'll support about 20 players, so that is a little bit of a bummer, but hey, we're in that cross-generational period where things like that do happen. Remember Battlefield 3 a couple generations ago, 32 players, 64 players on other platforms, and you know, it's just them's the break sometimes with stuff like this. But Riders Republic is a game that I really hope does deliver, because this is a game that could have a lot of longevity, and I know that's what Ubisoft is trying to do with the bulk of their games. They're trying to make games that are going to last for the long term, and games that, yes, they can monetize for the long term. They're trying to get games that you're going to continually come back to, continually spend money on, and that they can make money off of for a long time. Can Riders Republic be that? Can it be the game that gets players to invest into it? We'll find out when it does drop on October 28th. Again, pretty much coming to every platform outside of the Nintendo Switch, PC, PS4, PS5, Stadia, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S as well. Okay, moving on from that, we've got a couple of Star Wars collections that I do want to cover. We're getting physical collections of these, which is really cool to see. One of the collections will be Star Wars Racer and Star Wars Republic Commando. Of course, Republic Commando to a lot of people is an absolute classic, so that'll be nice to get in a physical form. Star Wars Racer is a nice addition as well, but I think Republic Commando is definitely going to be the standout for most people, and I expect this to do pretty well from a sales standpoint as well. Now, don't expect these to be full-on remakes. They're not that. They are the original games, essentially, but uplifted a little bit, so that is quite nice as well. Republic Commando, of course, has you battle a variety of highly intelligent and deadly enemies, and then in Star Wars Racer, choose from 25 playable racers, including a lot of the iconic racers, and you'll go on with that. It's only going to be released at $29.99, so a pretty budget-oriented price point, so that's nice as well. The other collection that's dropping, and this might have people even more excited than the one I just mentioned, but that is the Star Wars Jedi Knight collection. This, of course, includes Star Wars Jedi Knight Jedi Academy, as well as Star Wars Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast. To a lot of people, these are super iconic games, and they do have multiplayer as well, so that's quite nice to see. I mean, these are games that obviously they show their age quite a bit, but they're games at the same time that people are going to be super nostalgic with, and I think from that standpoint, it is going to be alluring to a lot of people. Now, if you're the kind of person that's playing it for the first time in 2021, I could understand why it might not be completely up your alley. However, if you're a big Star Wars fan anyway, you're probably going to be able to look away from a lot of the aging issues and still have a good time with it. Jedi Knight Jedi Academy notes, forge your weapon and follow the path of the Jedi. Jedi Knight Jedi Academy is the latest installment of the highly acclaimed Jedi Knight series. Take on the role of a new student eager to learn the ways of the Force from Jedi Master Luke Skywalker. And Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast will offer you a lot of high-quality, action-oriented gameplay as well. Single-player, multiplayer, you guys get the deal. Hopefully people are satisfied with the offerings of those. Okay, so those are the two Star Wars collections dropping. Also dropping this week, this probably is the biggest game release of the week, and that is Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. It is surprising to me how seemingly under the radar this is going. Of course, coming from Eidos Montreal, and a lot of games from the superhero realm have been coming out. A lot of Marvel titles as well, from Spider-Man, Marvel's Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy now. We know that there's going to be a XCOM style game coming. We know there's going to be Spider-Man 2. We know Wolverine is coming. They are really going all in with Marvel and the Marvel video games, and they're coming from a variety of different development studios. Guardians of the Galaxy notes, fire up a wild ride across the cosmos with a fresh take on Guardians of the Galaxy. In this action-adventure game, you are Star-Lord leading the unpredictable Guardians from one explosion of chaos to the next. You got this, probably. Game is a single-player action-oriented title, so this is not a multiplayer game. That is something to be noted. I know when you think of Guardians of the Galaxy, you might think, hey, this is going to be a multiplayer game, but it is not. It's a single-player title. The story is brand new. Your newly formed band of legendary misfits is set to save the universe in a fresh but faithful take on the Guardians of the Galaxy. Somehow you set off a chain of catastrophic events leading to a wild ride through mind-blowing worlds inhabited by iconic and original Marvel characters. Turn up the all-star 80s mixtape and get ready to kick it. From misfits to superhero, you're the only thing holding the unpredictable Guardians together, so you'll have to get better at this leadership thing fast. With this offbeat approximation of a family at your side, there will be tears and laughter as you set about tearing into the cosmos together. Whatever's waiting around the next corner, you know it's gonna be a blast. So this is a game that hopefully gets a little bit more buzz as we're heading into that October 26th release date, and I can slowly feel it picking up. I really do believe if the game comes out and people realize it's a slam dunk and a highly reviewed title, I think at that point, just being Guardians of the Galaxy and being an IP that a lot of people are familiar with, it's gonna get a lot of buzz just from that. But right now, I just don't feel the sense of hype that I would have expected when this game was originally revealed, but still, hopefully it does deliver when it drops on October the 26th. Next up, we have the console release of Iron Harvest. This is coming October 26th to PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, a classic real-time strategy game with an epic single-player campaign, multiplayer, and co-op set in an alternate reality in the 1920s. Tradition clashes with scientific and technological progress while Europe is still recovering from the brutal battles of the World War. Cities are being rebuilt, and in the countryside, the era of the Iron Harvest has begun. Farmers are uncovering the remains of the majestic walking machines that had fought on the battlefields of the Great War. In the midst of this chaos, a new threat appears that will put Europe's very existence at risk. Secret forces are putting everything they can towards the destabilization of entire countries, determined to set the world on fire once again and finally seize control. You'll lead dozens of different unit types into battle, carefully utilize cover, and blast entire buildings to shreds. Take your time to come up with a plan which allows for a wide range of attacks, including a stealth approach, mechs, and there's gonna be a lot of mechs in the game as well. That's kind of one of the center points of the presentation of the game, but again, that'll be out October the 26th. Next up, we have a PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X release of Pumpkin Jack. Now, this game came out last year during Halloween time, right around this time period, and now we're getting an upgraded version. This game was super well received on PC with 2,345 Steam user reviews, 94% positive with those reviews, almost at that overwhelmingly positive threshold. The Metacritic reception was a little less favorable with a 71, but still a respectable enough score. Pumpkin Jack notes, it's a spooky, scary 3D platformer in which you embody Jack, the mythical pumpkin lord, dive into an epic adventure through otherworldly landscapes and help the evil annihilate the good. So obviously a game that is a little bit more on its head in terms of what you're going for. Colorful cartoon setting, travel through lurid landscapes and levels featuring alluring atmospheres, each crafted with vibrant color palettes and high-quality lighting effects. Fight for your life with challenging beasts lurking around every corner. Players must master the art of combo attacks, dodging and timing to survive dynamic real-time battles. Players must unlock weapons and choose wisely in order to strike down all who oppose them. And don't lose your head, you're gonna have to solve puzzles that focus on physics, gravity, and reflection as Jack, or ditch the skin suit and use your flaming head to burn books. And find friends to fight at your side. Helpful companions are there to assist Jack on his journey. Again, this one is due out on October the 27th, and it is a PS5 and Xbox Series X upgrade. And lastly, a very, very notable release, Fatal Frame Maiden of Blackwater will be making the transition from the Nintendo Wii U onto just about every platform, PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, and then it will be getting a Nintendo Switch release as well. Fatal Frame has been around for a while, but hasn't, it's always had a sizable fan base, or at least a fan base, a core fan base, but it hasn't extended to a lot of casual consumers, I think, based on the fact of being released right around the time that it is, and it's the comeback, so to speak, of a franchise that has built a little bit of buzz around it. I do think this game could end up doing pretty well from a sales standpoint. The story will take you on a frightening adventure through the ruins of an eerie inn, a shrine filled with life-size dolls, and a lake full of dead priestesses. Each location is connected by a stream of water flowing throughout the mountain. What was also formerly holy water is tied to the most horrifying mystery of them all. Fatal Frame Maiden of Blackwater, again, pretty much releasing on every major platform Thursday, October the 28th. And that's gonna do it for me. A lot of releases coming. Riders Republic, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, Fatal Frame Maiden of Blackwater, Iron Harvest, the Star Wars collections, a lot of stuff dropping this week, and definitely something for everyone. If you're in the Halloween mood, if you're in the horror theme, I think there's gonna be stuff to pick up. There's the Halloween sale going on right now. Really can't go wrong with picking something up this week. That's gonna do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.